Halo, 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 selamat malam. Sorry ya, telat. Ada gangguan tadi sebentar. Semuanya sudah bisa melihat ininya belum, PowerPoint-nya? Udah, oke. So, tonight before we start our lesson about Module 2, we will review some lesson that we learned about last week. So, do you still remember what did we learn? Okay, can anyone explain to me what did you got from last week? Can anyone? No? Okay, so let's reviewing last week lesson. So what did we learn last week? So the first one, we learned about clause and sentence. So what is clause? A clause is a group of words that has both a subject and a predicate. And then a clause is a group of words that includes a subject and a verb. So you already know what clause is. So what else we learned about last week? So clause has two types, which is independent and dependent. So independent clause is the same meaning with main clause, or in Indonesian language is induk kalimat atau klausa utama. So independent clause has some criteria, which is a group of words which relates to each other, or it has subject and predicate, and then express a complete thought. And what else? And independent clause, we can say that it is same meaning with simple sentence. So Rianti, you cannot see my PPT, but I already shared the PPT. You guys can see my PPT, right? So what's wrong with Rianti? She says she cannot see my PPT. Yeah, I don't know. So okay. So and then independent clause can stand alone. So it doesn't need another part to support it. And then dependent clause, it's a subordinate clause, which is anak kalimat, and then it also has some criteria, which is it also has subject and predicate, but it doesn't express a complete thought. And then dependent clause is a supporting part of a sentence, and it also cannot stand alone, so it needs independent clause to complete the sentence. And usually use subordinate conjunction like that, whether, if, when, until, after, although, because, since, whereas, and before. And then sentence, according to Frank 1972, he said that sentence we can define sentence by its function, and then it also a complete thought atau suatu pemikiran yang utuh. And then sentence is a group of words which consists of subject and predicate and express a complete information. Oh shit. Oh my god. And then oh, something goes wrong. And then we have classification of sentence. The first one, the classification by types, and it we have 4. the first one, declarative sentence, used to give information of opinion. The second one, interrogative sentence, used to ask or seek for information. The third one is imperative sentence, used to give information or ask something to someone you are talking to. And then the last one is exclamatory sentence, used to show your emotional expression like happy, amazed, sad, or angry. And then the second classification is by the number of full predication. The first one is simple sentence. So simple sentence here means it has one clause, like Teddy bought a house or Rita sings beautifully. So in simple sentence, it also can be used like compound subject or compound predicate. Compound subject here means it has two subjects or it has two predicates, like you can see on the screen. You can see the example. And then the last part, I think, no, the second one is compound sentence. Compound sentence is the combination of two simple sentences or two main clauses or more. You can see the example. And then in compound sentence, we usually use coordinate conjunction like and, yet, for, so, and or. Okay. And then the third part is complex sentence. Complex sentence here means consists of one main clause and one or more dependent clause, while the compound complex sentence is consists of two or more main clauses and one or more dependent clauses. So you guys already know what did we learn last week, right? Okay, so we jump up to our second module, which is conjunction. So do you know what conjunction is? Can anyone? Do you know what conjunction? So conjunction, yes, in this right, benar sekali. Jadi di modul 2 ini kita ada 3 unit. So the first one is coordinate conjunction, the second one is subordinate conjunction, and then the last one is correlative conjunction. For the first unit, coordinate conjunction, what is the function of coordinate conjunction here means? The first function of coordinate conjunction is to combine part of speech. So you already know what part of speech, right? Because you already learned it in structure 1. Am I right? You already learned part of speech, right? And then the second function is to combine phrases. And then the last function is to use coordinate conjunction in compound sentence. So coordinate conjunction is a word that is used to combine two independent clause. Two independent clause here means can be a simple sentence. So the coordinate conjunction that usually used is and, but, or, so, yet, and for. Let's move on. So in this unit, we will learn two subtopics. In unit 1, we will learn two subtopics. The first one is structural unit joined by coordinate conjunction. So we will see how the coordinate conjunction in structural form in sentence. So it depends on the structure of the coordinate conjunction. So this part will discuss three main topics. The first one is words joined by coordinate conjunction. Coordinates here means setara atau apa ya artinya? Sederajat. So you will combine like noun to noun, adjective to adjective, verb to verb, adverb to adverb. So it's all means like compound unit yang setara atau sederajat. So like noun to noun, you can see like nouns to noun like Anton and Tony, books and pencil, paper, clothes and wood, and the last one man and woman. So and then the adjective part is like tall and slim, clever and beautiful, happy and sad, cheap or expensive. While verbs, compound verbs, it's like sleep and fell, type and print, sing and dance, listen and repeat. And then the last one, adverbs, it's slowly and carefully, quickly and quietly, late and early, clearly, loudly or intelligently. So you guys already know, right? And then let's move on to the example. The first example here is Tony and Anton fought each other in a duel. So Tony and Anton here is a compound unit of noun. And then the second one, the artist used paper, cloth, and wood to make her colleague. So paper, cloth, and wood here is a compound unit of a noun also. While the C part, the old women slipped and fell in the pavement. Slip and fell here is a compound unit of verb, while the last one, the thief moved quickly and quietly, is a adverb compound or compound unit of adverb. So we also have a keyword here. Is like the keyword for conjunction, coordinate conjunction is it must be coordinate. It must be coordinate here means kata yang harus kita hubungkan itu harus sederajat. For example, noun to noun. You cannot combine like noun to verb or noun to adjective or adverb to adjective. So it must be coordinate. So the last one, you need to pay attention. Okay, just so the last part that you have to pay attention is the punctuation. So the punctuation here means, so the punctuation here means is comma. If you just need to combine two sentences like Tony and Anton fought each other in a duel, you don't need comma here. But if you have three compound units like paper, cloth, and wood, you need comma after your word. So it's what I mean punctuation here. I'm sorry for my voice, guys. Okay, so I make it slower. So the second one is phrases joined by coordinate conjunction. So the phrases here means it can be used to combine two or more phrases. And then the coordinate conjunction that we usually use is and, but, and or. For example, the choir sang the traditional songs and the national anthem beautifully. And then B part, he occupied his time in writing poetry, composing music, and playing the piano. And then the C part, are they studying English, typing his project, or playing games in computer? So do you guys hear my voice? Oh, it's not clearly. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'll use my my headphone. Wait. I don't know why. So let's move on to the next part. So can you hear clearly? It's better. Okay, sorry for inconvenience. So the third part is clauses joined by coordinate conjunction. The clauses joined by coordinate conjunction here for dependent clauses and independent clauses. So coordinate conjunction can use to combine dependent clauses. So the coordinate conjunction, the word of coordinate conjunction that we usually use is and, or, and but. For example, first one, the legislative member decided to travel during his vacation because he didn't care of the country and because the beach had no appeal to him. So the dependent clause here is because he didn't care for the country and because the beach had no appeal to him. So the coordinate conjunction and here used to combine dependent clause. Okay. Sorry Mas Ahmad, gak bisa dengar suara ya? I don't know why. But the rest of you can clearly hear my voice, right? So the next example is he married a woman who was very intelligent and charming, but couldn't cook at all. So who was very intelligent and charming, but couldn't cook at all is a dependent clause. So the coordinate conjunction and here combine two clauses, two independent clauses. So the next example is I don't know when he left town or why he wanted to do so. So here the word or here is used to combine two dependent clause. The two dependent clause here when he left town and then why he wanted to do so. So you got it right? So the clauses joined by coordinate conjunction is also used in independent clause. In independent clause, we use and, or, but, yet, so, and for. So, for example, Cinderella thought the prince had forgotten her, but he had not. So the Cinderella thought and then he had not here is two independent clause, which is combined or which is joined by coordinate conjunction but. And then the next example, the pilot completed his report and he sent it to the airline. So, and here, combine two independent clause, the pilot and he sent it. Okay, I'll try to make it slower, guys, because I saw your comment. Okay, sorry. So the third example here is the t-shirt is too small for you, yet it fits nicely to me. So yet here, is the first one, the t-shirt, and then the next one, it fits nicely to me. Okay, the next example is Tina did not hear anything, for she sat down at the back row of the large room. So for here also is a coordinate conjunction which combine independent clauses. So the last example, Tina sat down at the row of the large room, so she did not hear anything what the professor said. So here combine two independent clauses also. Okay, so since sorry semuanya, kenapa pada tidak bisa dengar suara saya ya? Iya ya. Oh, gimana ya jadinya? Oh ya, nggak tahu ini kenapa bisa. Tapi sekarang sudah mendingan. Ini juga nggak tahu kenapa sinyalnya, koneksinya. Saya perbaiki dulu koneksinya sebentar. Apa sekarang sudah mendingan? Masih sama ya? Jadi bagaimana nih? Oke, sebentar saya matikan ya. Oke. Okay, let's start the next section. So since I told you guys we will learn two subtopics, so then in A section we already learned about compound unit based on formal structure in a unit, such as a part of speech, phrases, and clauses. And this B section joined by coordinate conjunction and will be compound subject, compound predicate, compound modifier, and compound object. So let's take a look. Halo, selamat malam. So the compound in a sentence, you have two subjects. Like the first, let's see the first example. Amir and Maruli are from North Sumatra. So Amir and Maruli here means it two subjects, which is compound subject. So it also same like dogs and cats often often do not get along. So dogs and cat here is also compound subject. And then the third part, the name of my son and the name of her son are the same. So the name of my son and the name of her son is a compound subject because it has two subjects. Yes. And then how about compound predicate? Let's see. They went out for dinner but returned home in time for their favorite program on TV. So which one is compound predicate here is went and returned. Okay, the next number 2. They cook, eat, and sleep in the same room. So compound predicate here is cook, eat, and sleep. So you also have to pay attention to punctuation, especially the comma. If you have 3 compound predicate, you need put comma here and also after it and before and. Okay, but if you just combine 2 compound predicate, you don't need, like they read and write in English. Okay, so number 4, my son cleaned the floor, cleaned the car, and watered the flowers. So clean and watered here is a compound predicate.